Did you forget that? Okay. So yes, we are already in February 10th, right? Crazy.
Right.
We're a month away from when we shut down last year, and so much has happened in this past year, right? I mean, it's gone slow and it's gone fast all at the same time. And we were in such a great market when it all happened, right? So they literally had to pull me out of the office when Denise Smith came over because I did not want to leave, because we were having such a great year, and it ended up that we had a great year anyway. So we want to keep that momentum going. I was started out by saying this year is such a great year and we have so much to be thankful for moving forward, which we do, but it's also extremely challenging, this market, extremely, extremely challenging. And I know you guys feel it because you're in it every single day. So I want to start off with something new this week, and hopefully it doesn't get out of control. So I'm going to, this is either going to be a great thing or it's going to be something we talk about for months that I even attempted to do this. But I thought if anybody has a success story they want to share, something that they've done, a quick tip, we'd love to hear it, because, we want to keep our meetings as positive as possible. And so, you guys are out there in the trenches each week, and I just want to know, what have you done? Are you working with a client that went into 13 bidding wars and finally got an offer, and you did something different and you want to share that, or did you do a buyer's consultation this time and the buyer was much more well prepared when putting an offer in? What kinds of things are you doing? Are you having different dialogue with your sellers, different dialogue with your buyers moving forward? So just wanted to see if anyone had a quick story to share that would help all of us, obviously, moving forward, since you guys are literally in the trenches, like I said. Well, so I guess I don't have to worry that anybody's going to take over the meeting. But maybe for next week, now that you know that this is something we're doing, maybe, you guys can share it with me even beforehand, so I know, and we can be more controlled about what we share during the week. So our birthdays this week, Nydia is today. Happy birthday, Nydia. Jim Sillens is on the 13th, and Samantha is on the 15th. So happy birthday, guys. And then our anniversaries, Virginia Carpenter is tomorrow. She's 28 years.
Oh my God.
Stacy Garibaldi made it 1 year through COVID in a real estate environment. So congrats. So just real quickly, our little Virginia, I'm not sure if she wants me to tell everybody, but I'm going to, because it's all good news. But she had a procedure this week, and it turned out much more positive than she was expecting. So everybody, if you have a chance to reach out to Virginia, I know she's on the call today, and she looks great, and we're so happy to have her here. She's probably like in line with Silvana, Carol, Howard, right? In how everybody loves her in our office and what a great asset she is. So happy to hear good news from Virginia, and that she's feeling good. And that she's here today. So
terrific.
I'm happy to be here.
Yep.
Oh, hi,
Happy to have
Virginia.
you.
Hi.
Great.
Still waiting for my vaccine.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's incredible, right?
I'm trying to think.
Reach out to Vin when you're off later on, Virginia. He has some great ways. He's gotten other people
Yeah.
who have needed it, or who haven't had the opportunity and should have, unlike myself, right? To get in there. So reach out to Vin afterwards. He can help you.
Okay.
Virginia, I got mine yesterday. Go through my chart on Atlantic Health. You can get an appointment at Rockaway.
Yeah.
No, I tried that already.
No.
I was on Atlantic Health 4 times yesterday trying to get the results of my tests.
You were lucky, John, if that's what you got, because I had to go down to Burlington County to get mine.
Yeah. People have gone all over. She's
One of my neighbors went to Pennsylvania.
It's
Paul
lucky.
shared it with Lonnie. So Paul, who talked to Vin, right? Vin was able to help Paul get in, and then Paul, when was on Uptime, Lonnie came in after him. He shared with her what to do. She got in. So we have a lot of resources here.
Yeah,
Right.
Paul went down to Salem County. You would go on the New Jersey State
Right.
website. You sign in there, and then that page, when you scroll down, has all of the counties listed and all of the sites that are giving it. The problem is that some of the counties around us will only take you if you live in that county.
But,
So I-
try Essex County, the one in Caldwell. They may
Essex
take you.
County wouldn't, Essex County asks, do you live or work in Essex?
Well,
County?
say you worked.
Yeah.
Well, I
because-
didn't. I
Because
didn't
you're,
lie.
you're a real estate agent and you do work
Right.
all over. And so
You
that's
work.
why you can get away with that. And
Right.
they are asking for proof of employment now in Essex County, but if you don't have it to provide, then they just ask you to sign an affidavit that you're working there.
Right. You
Yeah,
So
work
that's what
Riker
you
in,
have
West
to do.
Orange. Riker West Orange.
yeah,
Exactly.
or
Exactly.
Livingston.
Exactly. Just put those addresses.
That's a really good idea.
So.
All right, I will try as soon as I finish with this.
Too
Yeah,
bad,
well,
Lonnie,
like
I
I said,
didn't
now you
know.
have a lot of resources, Virginia. If you run into any trouble, call
Yes.
myself, call Lonnie, call Vin, call Howard. We can all help you.
We
I
can
will,
all
thank
help
you.
you.
Virginia had no problem getting an appointment up at the Rockaway Mall. It was,
So-
I thought they were
Oh.
shut down. I've been on
John,
that
or call
website, I
they're
don't
up
know how many
and,
times.
they're up and open.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, everybody's
Okay,
doing
give it a
well.
try again.
I will.
So this is the only negative thing in our meeting today. So just make sure, guys, if you're making coffee, there's nobody coming in at nights anymore, cleaning up or shutting things down. We've mentioned this before. So last night, the coffee pot was left on, it's burnt. Luckily, it's not, there wasn't a fire or anything else that happened. So if you
No.
put on the coffee pot, you must shut off the coffee pot, okay? Anything you turn on, you should shut off, okay? Just as a friendly reminder, so we don't burn down. So everybody know this gentleman?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if you know Jim or you've heard Jim speak in meetings in the past, he always has a great insight into real estate and what's coming up, right? And the future of real estate, which is why he's been so successful. So last week, I believe it was Carlo, shared this with us, that this is something that he had brought up at the RVP meeting. So I took a picture of it and I just, copied it down here for you. So this is what Jim Weichert says we should all be doing right now. Number 1, contact every person that we sold the house to since the beginning of time and ask if they would like to sell. Number 2, ask every person who comes to an open house if they have a home to sell. Number 3, after the open house, contact every person who attended to see if they have a house to sell. Number 4, communicate with all neighbors that we have a new listing. Ask if they would consider selling their home. Number 5, communicate with all the neighbors before the open house. So let them know we're going to hold the open house and invite them in. Ask them if they have a house to sell or if they know anyone who is interested in buying or selling. So as simple as this may sound, and as basic is really what we need to go back to is the basics of real estate 101, right? Before Zillow was here, before all these real estate websites came in, we have to do the thing that we do best, and which is prospecting, building relationships, and reaching out to people and letting them know, and just asking a simple question if they're considered selling their home right now. And then, their natural response is always, well, how's the market, right? And then you share that with them. So these are his 5 ways to success in this market. So I thought I'd share that. I thought it was interesting, especially when it comes from Jim, because he does have the insight in what's going on in the market and what we need to do moving forward. So with that, I want to go into a very simple plan, right? Because we want to keep everything simple this year, because I think that we all get overwhelmed when there's too much on our plate, or if we ask you to do too many things, especially when you're trying to grow your business. So great execution will get us the growth we deserve. So low inventory sales activities. Past clients, are you cultivating the contacts in your database? How frequently do you communicate with previous contacts to drive referral business? You should contact them every quarter. Open houses, invite everyone relevant in your contact list, as well as everyone in your farm. Make it an event, not just a walkthrough. Geographic farms with sustainable neighborhood turnover rate. Expired listings, overpriced, undermarketed, poorly photographed. Online seller lead generation, offer free home valuations, take average 18 months to convert, right? So they're a little bit more, they're not ready to buy or sell at that time, but there's somebody that you can put in your sphere, in your pipeline for the future, right? Because you always want to have that pipeline built for now within the next few months, and then within the next year or more. So offer free home evaluations for them. At FSBOs, Make Me Move, and real estate investors who own multiple properties may be seeking to offload some of those properties, right? That's a great time this is a great time to reach out to those absentee owners who may not realize how much equity they've built into a home. And maybe they haven't received rent in the last few months, right? Maybe they feel like this is a time I've had it with being a landlord. So a great time to reach out and see if they're looking to sell their house. So these are some low inventory sales activities that we can do with this in this housing shortage that we're in, right? We have to make our own market right now. We have to get outside of our comfort zone, and we have to think outside the box in order to grow our business. So how do we slow down the market? So how do we take a major advantage of listings? And we need to take a step back and slow down the process. So what I see the agents doing in the office is they get a listing, they throw it on the market, it's gone within 2 days, and they're canceling open houses, they're canceling everything, and it's already gone, and they have not gotten any opportunities from that listing. Why are we not taking a step back and slowing down the process? If we put it on today or we put it on next week, it's still going to get the same activity. It's not going to change, right? You're not hurting your client if you take a week or two to put it on the market in this environment. Right? So you have to just slow it down. You're rushing everything too much, and you're not taking advantage of the opportunities you get as a listing agent. The reason listings are gold is because with every listing, you should get at least 2 more opportunities, at least, but you're not even getting that opportunity now. So we've been talking about the ways to slow down the process and still do the best thing for your clients. Because I know you're always saying, well, am I doing the best thing for my clients if I'm not putting it on right away? You know, all of these questions that you have. So I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. So we have a listing inventory shortage. Don't wait to take action. So these are numbers I share with you. I will have updated numbers next week. But we are, I believe now, still 37% less active listings year to date than we were the year before. So we went from 38 to 37%. That's huge, right? And we still have let our competitors sell 76% of our listings. So we're not even giving ourselves a chance to sell it, which we're giving out a lot of our revenue, a lot of our commissions when we're doing this. So why coming soon? And I know this is a little light, but you'll get a copy of these slides. So 41% of all listings are sold by the top 10% of agents. In a seller's market, it's common for inexperienced agents to underinvest in promoting their listings because their homes are selling so quickly. This is both short-sighted and a bad business decision. Listings generate revenue for your business in 3 distinctive ways: commission from the sale of the home, referrals from happy sellers and repeat customers, right? That's really where we want to build our business in referrals, and new buyer and seller leads. So here's your call to action. Invest in the listing video. Videos are everything that are going on in real estate right now. Run the Facebook ad, spend the email campaign, and create your Instagram posts and stories. So market your home like every future seller is watching, because you know what? They are. So take advantage of when you're getting a listing and do these things that the top agents do consistently in order to keep up their listing inventory. So I'm going to share this with you. It's a nice, simple way for you to be consistent with all of your clients. I don't care if they're selling a $100,000 house or $1 million house. You should be consistent with everybody as a business owner, as a sales leader, as a sales agent. So holding the inventory doesn't change for 2021. Take the listing on a Thursday or Friday and put it in the MLS on Monday to process. So what we're saying is, if you're sitting with your client this afternoon, your seller, okay, you're going to say, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, we have to get the post sign put in. We have to get the sign post in the ground. We have to get your photography scheduled and those photographs taken. We want to make sure that we hit the ground running when your home is listed. So let's plan on putting your home on the market next Friday, February 19th. whatever that day is, I'm not even sure. Okay, so let's plan on putting your listing on next Friday. So in the meantime, this is what we're going to do. This is the advantage you get with working with me. I am going to host an open house on Saturday and Sunday, okay, the 20th and the 21st. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ensure that we get the most traffic in. Okay, so we're going to do this. Let me just mute everybody. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to mute everybody. We're going to make sure that those 2 days, we're going to schedule the open house from 12 to 3 or 1 to 4, or whatever the case may be, so that those are the times you know you're not going to be home, okay? And we're going to try to get most of those buyers in at the same time, okay? So that we're not inconveniencing you. You don't have to worry about scheduling your schedule showings for 9 to 5. We're going to control how this weekend goes. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. On Monday, should we not get an offer in, or we not get an offer in that you feel is what you're looking for, we're going to put it on the MLS, because we can do that and still cooperate fully with the NAR clear cooperation policy, because we have 24 hours to put it into MLS, and since we're putting it on Friday, 24 hours is on Monday, okay? Because in GSMLS, the weekend does not count. In NJMLS, it does count, okay? So just know your MLSs, or have a conversation with me if you're going outside of GSMLS. And then you're going to take advantage of that marketing. You're going to put it on your Facebook, your social media posts, your Instagram. You're going to boost it out there. You're going to get the word out. You're going to put signs out. You're going to put your open house signs all over the neighborhood, and you're going to take advantage of this market instead of letting someone else take advantage of your listing. You work so hard to get it, and then you're letting someone else swoop it up. And you're just losing opportunities. So again, you're not trying to take anything away from your seller. You're still going to put it on the MLS on Monday. You can do highest and best on Wednesday or Thursday of that week, right? So you're still going to give that opportunity, but don't take away opportunities. You've worked so hard to get a listing, to work with a seller, and you're just putting it on, and it's just in 3 hours gone, right? It's all automatically poof, magically gone, and you had no opportunities during that time. So try to just slow it down. Take a breath, slow it down, put a plan together, and make sure you're making the most of your opportunities, okay? Because it's huge in this market. Stop just throwing everything out and letting it go, and then sitting there going, I have no business, I have no business, I have no business, okay? We also have to do this with buyers. So it's no different with buyers. You should be taking the time to sit and do a buyer's consultation with their buyers and explain to them, this is where the market is going. If we're looking at $350,000 houses, you're going to have to come in at 375, 380, maybe even 400. Are you prepared to do that? They have to know that from the get-go, not when they're putting an offer in, right? So we have to slow down everything and just make sure we're doing the best thing for our clients. As a consultant, we need to take the time to sit with them and consult with them on what's going on in the market. Really, really huge. So let's take advantage of this time that we have. We can do it virtually, right? There's so many opportunities we have now. We don't even have to meet anywhere. We can do it on a virtual platform. You have all those new virtual backgrounds that we sent you last week. So when you're sitting in your house, you can still look professional. So take advantage of that and slow it down. So here's the Jumpstart plan for the Weikert's Coming Soon program. Again, when you see Coming Soon program with Weikert, it is not the same one as the MLS one where it's a delayed showing. It's just that you are providing a Coming Soon. You're slowing down the process so that you're getting more opportunities. So stage 1, complete the paperwork and date the listing for Friday that you're going to be putting on the market. Remember, always have an exclusive listing to cover you from that day you're sitting there until the day it actually goes on the market, okay? Always have that exclusive listing. Stage 2, for sale sign installed with Coming Soon rider. Stage 3, post your Coming Soon listing on your Weikert Facebook groups and mass text to local Weikert offices. Stage 4, post and boost your Coming Soon listings to targeted audience on Facebook to capture the right buyers. Stage 5, schedule invitation only open house for Saturday and Sunday. Stage 6, send an invitation to my preferred buyer database and share with local Weikert offices. And stage 7, contact neighbors to invite them to the sneak peek open house and bring their friends who might be interested. Okay, this is the Jumpstart plan. It's all written out for you. It's already here. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. We have everything in place for you. You just have to execute it. That's all you have to do. Okay? Does anybody have any questions in reference to this? I know we've talked a lot about this recently. Okay.
You know,
Before-
Missy? Oh,
Yes.
No, I was gonna say that meeting you had yesterday about putting the photographs on was really great. I
Thank
mean,
you.
the only thing I wish we had was, instead of a spy box, we can't use a lockbox, of course, for exclusive. But we don't have any other kind of, besides a spy box, we don't have any kind of mechanism for,
That's the security of a key box, you mean? No, that's the only,
the only thing we got, huh?
yes. But again, Dennis, if you're doing it the way that we just proposed, meaning put it on Facebook, I'm sorry, getting the GSMLS listing paperwork signed first and doing it on a Friday, then you could have a GSMLS lockbox on that weekend because you are being compliant. You just haven't put your paperwork in for 24 hours, which would be Monday. So you're still being compliant that way. So that's why we're trying to share with you the most compliant way to move forward and still make the most of the market.
There's another option too, is Dennis, you could do the showings.
I don't want to
Yes.
do showings.
Dennis doesn't want to go out until he's vaccinated, and that's what he's
I
trying to
love,
do.
I
Vaccinated
love
yet.
doing the showings. I love doing the showings. Yeah. Okay.
So Catherine will do the showings for you.
All right,
You're
Okay.
hired, Catherine.
all right.
So real quickly, just in response to Dennis's comment about the training the other day, which I really, really urged everybody to attend. We had about 15, 16 agents attend. I mean, we went over this plan. We went over things in the My Record system, the exclusive tile, which shows all the exclusive properties within the Weichert community, ways that you can do that. And we also showed and shared, which I don't have on this meeting today, which I was hoping to get on, but I don't, is the pitch sheet. And that pitch sheet is worth its weight in gold. It is the best resource that is easy to obtain on our My Weichert system. So it is part of the slides I sent out the other day. I'm happy to talk to anybody about the pitch sheet, but I'm telling you, that's a great opportunity if you're meeting with an expired seller, if you're meeting with a for sale by owner seller, if you're meeting with someone any seller, anybody, it shows them based on their property address, how many Weichert agents in the company have buyers, right? And then it breaks it down to how many Weichert agents have buyers within the $500,000 price range, or whatever the price of their home would be. How many buyers with the $500,000 price range in Denville? So that's how specific it gets. It's such an amazing sheet. It's so powerful, and no other broker has that. And so what a great way. And then it's branded to you on the bottom. So you're sharing them, how many clients have asked you, how many buyers does your office have? How many buyers, right? They've asked you these questions. The fact that you have the answer now and you're able to share it with them is amazing. Amazing. So I would definitely do another training on that. So just make sure that you guys, mark it in your calendar, because it's a great resource that we have that everybody should be utilizing for sure. So I don't know, is Jamie McMahon on this call? Because I know she was supposed to come on today. I didn't see her, but I don't want to miss her because I can't see everybody on the side.
No, I don't see her
Okay,
name.
I didn't see, okay,
I
thank you.
don't see her name, no.
All right. So we'll move on to Stephanie.
Good morning. I just wanted to remind everybody, tomorrow is our next MTS workshop. It's at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning on Zoom. And the topic is going to be the seller squeeze page. So kind of in line with what Missy's been talking about, trying to get more sellers, get more listings. We're going to be showing you some different ways to use the squeeze page other than posting it on Facebook, which is what we've been going over for months. So it's really going to be good. We did a great one back in January. We had 90 people on it total, and we've added a bunch of offices to our region. I'm sure you saw the email to the McDonald region, added 4 or 5 offices. So we have 3 new MTSs going to be on that call. One of which is one of the top in the company. So it's really great to have these great people on there. So for my training right now, just a real quick, Missy came across this birthdays and anniversaries tile in my Weichert. It's kind of another follow-up, an auto follow-up system that Mike Weichert offers. If you add in somebody's birthday in their contact record, it will automatically send them an email and a text on their birthday. Just another touch point. And the way to set that up is you go into my Weichert, then you click on Marketing Autopilot, Birthdays and Anniversaries tile. So it's split up into the birthdays and anniversaries. Select all the statuses. The only people that will receive these emails and texts are people that you have that filled in for. So, you know, and I think it's good for any status, like prospect, closed business, prospective business, whoever it might be. So you'll toggle all of those to blue, and then you'll click save. Make sure you don't forget to click save, otherwise it won't save it. The templates that are already created for you are pretty good, but you actually can edit them and make your own. It's something that you can do with me or do on your own. It's up to you. Again, they're pretty good by themselves, but there's the little areas right there that you can change those templates, and then again, you click save. If you go to the next slide there, those auto templates. So again, it's very simple birthday message. It automatically fills in your signature. So this way, it's just another touch point that can automatically go out. And the way to add the birthdays is you go into the contact screen, and then you click on more details on the left-hand side. It's not maximized. You have to expand it. It's under the left-hand side there. I have a little yellow arrow. And then you'll, next slide, please. And then you'll click on the birthday, which is under other. And you can add the birthday for the contact, and you can actually do the spouse as well. So if you have that information, you can add that in. And then for the home anniversary, it's under options, and you would click on the home. So when they close on their home, so automatically every year it will send them, you know, it's been a year, it's been 5 years, it's been 15 years, whatever. So it's just another additional, you know, touch point that can automatically be set up. Any questions on that, guys?
This is part of your touch system that everybody should have, right? So when you're putting in your contacts, moving forward, make sure you have a plan in place that when you're talking to your clients, that you're finding out what your birthday is. When, you know, you'll know that when their anniversary is, because it's the last close date. That's what you're going to put it under, the last close. There's nothing that says anniversary in there. It just says last close. And this way, again, it's another touch point for you to keep in touch with your clients. Automatically, one and done, and you don't have to ever think about it again.
Right.
Unless you want
Is
to
there
change
any
the
way to
template.
find the birthdays? I was just thinking maybe Facebook, but
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yes.
Facebook. I don't know if you necessarily have to put in a year. I think you can just put in the day, the month and day.
It's just the
Yeah,
month and day. You're just putting
yeah, I
it
know
in
just
the
the month
starting
and day,
year.
but how do I find out what the month and day is? You know what I mean? Not everybody has it on Facebook. That's what I'm
Well,
trying to think.
Yeah, I
Is
mean,
there like a
maybe-
website, like we use White Pages to find phone numbers? Does it have birthdays or anything
Doesn't.
like
It tells
that?
you how old someone is a lot of time, but it doesn't have their birth date. No,
Um,
I don't know another way without asking them. That's what I'm saying, like moving forward, maybe when you're
Something to ask.
contacting them or just paying
Yeah,
attention.
something
on
to
Facebook,
ask.
Yeah.
how do you ask that question?
When's your birthday?
Or you
Like,
give
just-
them a,
Or
con- you
in
give them
a
a,
casual conversation, maybe, even in a casual conversation that you might have with them, just kind of throw it in there.
Hi, Stephanie.
Yes,
It's Terry.
hi.
At some points, if it's a young person, I don't usually ask of the older ones, but I've asked them for a copy of their driver's licenses
Okay.
for ID purposes. If I'm meeting them for the first time and I don't even know who they are or anything, sometimes that, worked out. Because I noticed they always provide their driver's license at closing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Attorneys
That's
always
cool.
ask.
Maybe someplace,
Oh,
right,
that's
so
so
maybe someplace in the
smart.
paperwork.
I don't know.
Thank
Just
you,
just
It's in the
Terry.
paperwork.
For security reasons, everybody should be getting a copy of someone's, especially if you're just meeting them at a house for the first time. You could say, can you please send me a copy of your license? My brokerage requires before I meet somebody that I see their a copy of their driver's license. Would you mind providing that to me? Now, if someone doesn't provide it, then that maybe you shouldn't be meeting them, right? Because there's a reason why. Yes, Deb.
I'm looking at your, the Operation Keep It In-House PowerPoint from the other day,
Mhm.
and I don't see where it showed, what you were just talking about, PIP or whatever we
Pitch- the
called it.
pitch sheet.
Yeah, I don't see it in there. So I just went back to your your thing and I looked at all the slides, but it doesn't show me that. So I remember writing it down.
It was part of the part that we went over the manual entry of the listing in my Wygert.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
yeah,
know.
we
I
did it
looked
live.
at-
We did it live. That's why.
Yeah,
was the
I'm looking
live-
at the
It was the
sheets,
live
but-
video. If you look at our live video on our YouTube, that, you know, the actual
Yeah.
recording of the meeting, you'll be able to see what we're talking about. But Deb, I can
I wrote
absolutely
it down.
go through it with you on a side note.
What was
And we
that?
could put together slides for that. We could put together
Yeah,
slides and
I
share.
can add a couple of slides. Yeah, that's simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
sure.
just need go here, go here, go here. There it is. I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You know,
We can
'cause
do
I
that.
write
Thank
everything
you.
down in
Thank you
piles.
for letting me know, Deb. Thank you.
I have one additional thing, Missy.
Mhm.
I just thought of it. So a couple of things. One, you guys always come to me with success stories. If you don't feel comfortable talking on the meeting, I will absolutely share it for you. Because I'm not here to talk in the meeting. So, you know, just nervous about it or whatever the case may be. Everybody comes to me with success stories. I don't know if you want me to share them, but obviously if you do want me to share them, please tell me that. And in addition to that, somebody on this meeting actually had a very good success story that she shared with me the other day. And she does something very cool. At the end of every closing, whether she's at a buyer, seller, or both sides, she will write a Christmas card out, even if it's in June. She'll write out a Christmas card out to those people with the new address and put it to the side. So this way, when Christmas comes around, she'll send that card out. And she'll do it every year to that person. So recently somebody called her or, you know, got in touch with her on Facebook, however it was. And they were the brother-in-law of one of her close clients because that person just got a Christmas card from her. So now they are a potential client. She's working with them, I think, looking for a home for them. I'm not 100% sure what she's working with them on, but you know, it comes full circle. It really does. So I think that even these little things, and my Wygert's not the only thing for marketing. I mean, there's the traditional marketing that I think is just so powerful still. And, you know, we have a lot of agents in our office that do it and it does work. It's not something that's instant, but it's an ongoing marketing. So I just think that, you know, just in a combination, I was saying yesterday to somebody, you know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Like you have to do Facebook in addition to the mailing, in addition to the email marketing. Like I just feel like there's so many things, and this is a little cool success story. And it just had something simple as sending out a Christmas card. So
Simplest plans are the plans that work. Simplest, consistent plans are the plans that work. You just have to continually do it. So thank you for sharing that.
Yep.
Thanks, Ed. Yeah. So did you know Rex is listing homes in our area? Has anybody dealt with Rex in the I guess?
Yeah, that was me. I had Rex, remember?
Yeah, no, I know. Do you know how the buyer's agent is compensated? And the reason this came up is because an agent was just asked by their buyer to show a home. They couldn't find it on MLS. It was only on Zillow and on Rex website, so they don't put it on just MLS. So she asked, how do I get compensated? And so, you know, I referred to Jen, who had just dealt with the Rex listing. And basically how you work a Rex listing is when you're presenting the offer. So say the house is on the market for $550,000. If you're putting it on, if your client's putting the offer in for 550, then the seller is taking that 550. You're also going to put in what your commission is, right? In a whole number, not 2.5% or 2%. So let's just say your commission is 12.5, right?
You can make it up. That's the thing with Rex. You can make it up, but they subtract it from the
They
sale
subtract it
price.
from the price, right? So let's say 10,000 just for ease of my brain and for this example. So you say you're 10,000, the seller's going to look at that $550,000 offer that you provided, and they're going to assume they're getting 540 and the 10,000 is going towards your commission. Okay. So that's how it works. And so I just want you to know, should you come across one, since 2 people in our office have within the last few months, I believe that it's going to be more and more. So I want you to be aware of the situation. And we can talk about that some more one-on-one if it happens to you and what to do and, you know, how to best provide your, the contract is written up at 550. And then on where it says, you know, when you're putting your buyer's agent compensation, then you're going to put there $10,000 minus 150 or 250 or whatever. So that's how the contract is written up. So on your buyer side, at least when they see the 550, you know what I'm saying? They're not looking at it as, they're paying the commission, which could get a little bit hairy.
So you would
Buyer
make it
doesn't pay the
560.
commission.
Hmm?
Did you
So
say
you
the
would-
buyer pays the
No, I'm
commission?
saying it may look like that if you were taking it off of the price when you were writing it up. You know what I'm saying?
So-
So if you were putting it for
No.
540, then it would look like that to the buyer.
So put it 560 so they get their price, so you don't lose out on this and everybody gets paid.
Correct. Yes, as long as that's what your client agrees on, absolutely. So just again, something new, something more to add on to your back in this challenging market.
How are you going to be the best buyer if they're going to be deducting?
Well, just think about it this way. If there's multiple offers and there's other brokers, they're all doing the same thing, right? They all have to write it up the same way.
How do they get away with this?
I don't know how they get away with it.
Ex-
This world is going crazy and we're a part of it, unfortunately. Um,
Not for
Wait,
nothing.
I have a question. I'm
Mhm.
not understanding. So if it's a 550 house and you come in at 560, that means your buyer is paying 560?
correct.
Buyer's not paying, yeah, your buyer's paying the full amount. Yeah.
You're paying your commission.
No, the commission still gets paid by the selling agent. The sellers still pay the commission. The way it works is when they present it to the seller, they subtract your commission from the offer price.
Right, but the buyer is really paying for it, the extra
Yes.
$10,000.
Yes, the buyer's paying your commission.
At
The
the end of
buyer's
the
paying,
day,
the buyer's paying the
commission is
commission.
subtracted from the seller, so it's the same thing, but a
The
different,
buyers always pay the commission. It's just they're calling it
Yeah.
out differently.
exactly.
That's right. That's right.
That's true because it's always in the price, right? I understand it's coming from the seller's proceeds, but the seller is basing a lot of the time on what they're getting, what their actual proceeds are, right? They know ahead of time when they're taking advantage of that. That's why, again, I thought this was very interesting to share with you, so that you know ahead of time if you run into this. So another,
Honestly, those houses don't get any exposure, so they might be good to find for our buyers. Not that I want to promote this, but we got a good price on the house because they weren't getting marketing.
it's not on the MLS, so only your clients are finding it again. So
If
maybe.
we could find it somehow, that would be nice.
Yes, I was gonna say, maybe, if you go on to Rex, just to see if you're looking for something specific and you put in the search criteria, maybe you find something ahead of time for your client, right?
But wait,
Now-
I have a question. When you do this, say, doesn't the house have to appraise at the higher price?
Mm-hmm.
So unlike the typical way we do it, where say it's 540 and they pay the commission on that, we have to now say it's 550 or 560, whatever, and it's appraised at the 560 rather than the 540.
Correct.
So that sucks. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Same thing, I guess, if they had a concession, right? Because they'd have to
Same
still
thing.
praise.
Yes,
Same
exactly.
exact thing if it was a concession.
Yeah,
Yes.
which is why we try not to have concessions if possible.
Right.
Is that commissions from both buyer and seller, or just for us selling the house?
No, that just covers you as the buyer's agent. The listing agent must have an agreement already in place with their seller.
The $10,000,
What you're getting.
$10,000, the 10,000 would be come to us
Correct.
directly. Okay.
Correct. You're going to discuss what your commission is. Your commission is going to be part of that offer, not the listing agent's commission.
Okay.
Do
That's-
people normally do like a flat commission when that's rather than a percentage?
I did a flat commission, but that's just because of the way it shook out. I didn't want to, but you can put whatever you want. That's
Yeah.
basically the point. But the seller, I don't think most sellers take that into account. Like they subtract the commission up front, that's kind of an afterthought, I think.
Right.
The way that Rex is doing it, they're showing it to the sellers up front like that. So you can put whatever you want, but again, they subtract it. So it just appears like your offer is less.
Right. Right, so then also the other elephant in the room, Zillow, provided an update yesterday on syndication and other changes and issues that have arose in the past few weeks. And here's a link for more information. So if you want information and facts on what's going on and what they've done and why they've done it, you know, it's best if you reach out, if you read this resource that they've provided. You know, the first thing they say is the reason why did they syndicate? Why did they change syndication? And their response was because it's quicker if they syndicate directly from MLSs versus if they had to go through the broker feeds through MLSs. So that's why they did it, to provide the best resource and information for the buyers and sellers out there. For the 2 million plus visitors each month. So, so that's a little bit, I don't know. I know there was a spoof on Saturday Night Live this weekend. And a lot of people posted it, which I wish they didn't, because it makes us look horrific in so many ways, you know, about Zillow. And, you know, once your love life goes down the tank, when you've been with someone for a while, that now your love, you know, the sexy part of your night is now looking at homes on Zillow, right? So Zillow got a big plug there, right? And then obviously it went to a annoying, obnoxious Remax agent, the calls through Zillow, right? Who kept calling the guy back and ruined his whole mood by her voice and the way she wouldn't stop bothering him. And I thought, how, like, that's how people see us, right? It's so obnoxious. It's so obnoxious because that's not who we are or how we are. So I wish that wasn't shared so many times. I wish it wasn't put out there, but unfortunately, you can find it as funny, which I'm usually very lighthearted with that kind of stuff, and it doesn't get to me. But that, like, just because I feel like our industry is always taking a hit, and I know beautiful people in our industry, and I know how much you care and how much you do and how much work you put in and how much, you know, pain you go through each day and all of these different things. So it just sort of gets to me when I see things like that. But it is what it is. And then one more article, I thought it was interesting to share with you. Cheryl shared this with me yesterday. Redfin publishes commissions on over 700,000 homes for sale. Brokerage is now displaying the commissions for all listings in all available markets. Expect greater transparency will create more competition for consumers. And basically what this article says is that because they want to change the industry, the real estate industry, by providing sellers with and buyers with just as much value as any other agent, but at a less commission. And so prior to now, the NAR did not allow them to market it this way, right? And now NAR has allowed this to come about. So again, I just thought we have to keep up with our industry. We have to know what's going on out there. We have to be able to be prepared for conversations with clients who do read these articles, who do, you know, who are well educated on what's going on. And so we have to make sure that we are in the know of what's going on in our industry at all times. So 2 articles, I think both of you, that everybody should read here, and then obviously what's going on in Rex in our area. So Anthony actually put this together for us this week, how to make an offer stand out in your market. And so I asked Stephanie to make a slide for us. I thought this was really nice. So mortgage advisor to speak to listing agent and even seller to speak to the strength of buyer's qualification. Short closing, does a 30-day or sooner, perhaps depending on buyer qualifications or structure. Letter from buyer to seller to personalize the transaction. How much I love your home. Tell them something about themselves, etc. I know that's a little bit iffy right now based on NCJR's recent correspondence in regards to that. No home sale contingency or non-contingent on sale of current home. Use escalation clause as much as you can. More and more companies are using it. I'm telling you, Keller Williams uses it now. I had another company, I forgot what it was, that was allowing it this week that an agent told me. So don't just assume because it's not Weichert that they're not allowing it. Ask, always ask for your client. Issue 2 pre-approvals, one tailored toward offer price and one showing max qualification so seller knows approved for more. Show how qualified the buyer is, which is something we didn't do in the past. Buyer to pay for home warranty, which will cover the listing until buyer takes ownership. if something malfunctions in the home during inspection, would be covered under this warranty. Great, great, great idea. Great idea. And again, that doesn't come out until closing, right? So no out of pocket money for that buyer to do that. Allow the sellers to stay in the house for 30 days after closing for free versus a UNO. Okay, so not have a UNO in place, but you can have them stay for 30 days if you're going to have a really quick closing, right? So now they're getting their money and they're able to get out of the house, gives them a little bit of time. So you'll need a hold harmless letter. You'll need a use of occupancy agreement. If an estate, allow estate 30 days after closing to move everything out. Offer considerably over asking list price and waive appraisal contingency, either in part or in whole. And again, that's a conversation that they should have with their mortgage partner as well. Waive home inspection or variations thereof in its entirety, depending on house, age, etc., with the exception of structural and safety, or perhaps limit repairs to 500 max. If total cost of repairs are $2,500, seller only pays $500. Okay, so again, you have to get more competitive in this environment. You don't want to be taking your buyer from house to house to house. And so when I spoke earlier about having a buyer's conversation or consultation ahead of time to set up these expectations prior to them falling in love with the house, when you can actually have a conversation with them, this is a great piece to show them. This is a great, great piece to go over ahead of time. This is what's expected in this market if you want to win a bid. Let's go over some of these things so you're comfortable with it when the time comes for you to put in an offer. Don't surprise them with all of this when they're ready to put an offer in and they have 2 hours before highest and best is due, right? That doesn't feel good to anybody, right? Because now they're like, oh my God, I'm giving away everything. Like they just feel, it just doesn't feel good to them. So again, we really have to be consultants and we have to make sure they understand the process. We want to make sure that we are more important than ever in this market. So some people may have seen this, but I thought it was interesting to share. In 2020, home sellers nationwide realized a home price gain of $68,800 in the typical sale, the highest level since at least 2005. So look at how the homes have appreciated. Again, a nice piece to share with your buyers, right? So that they know what they're up for. Again, nice piece if you're being a consultant and going over what they need to expect moving forward. And these numbers are just going to rise in the next few years. They're not going down, especially at least not in the next 2 years. All right. So right now with the interest rates and everything that we have really going higher, they're just getting it at market price. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Anthony.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, just going back to that list. I mean, I am really delicately hammering everybody I talk to, as far as in the pre-approval, whether they're looking to buy tomorrow, whether they're looking to buy in 6 months from now. And a lot of times when I go over everything with them, some might be like, yeah, I've heard a little bit about what's going on, or what's a contingency. So a lot of times when I go over this stuff with them, it's the first time they're hearing about it. And I'm really advising them on kind of the state of the market, not scaring them, but really being very thorough and reviewing this multiple times. I'm spending even more time, and most of you that have done business with me, I spend a lot of time with our buyers to make sure they're really comfortable. I don't just kick out a pre-approval and hope for the best. I'm spending even a lot more time with them so they have a good understanding of the market, because the last thing we need is an offer going together to have it just fall apart. It's just a waste of time for all of you guys. Like, you guys are my most important asset here, and the clients are important to us too as well. But at the end of the day, putting an offer together to have a deal died over an inspection, or someone didn't understand what they were getting into. Because a lot of times when I talk to people, and I even hear people talk to buyers, it's more like, hey, we have to waive the appraisal. And as a buyer turns around and goes, okay, let's just waive the appraisal. But they have no idea what's behind that, and that's like super critical. They just think like, yeah, I guess we'll waive it, or, no problem. And then I'm like, well, do you understand what that really entails? No, I don't. And then when you explain to them, like, whoa, I can't make up that difference. I'm only putting 3% down or 5% down. So, that stuff is just really critical right now, really trying to find out if people are non-contingent. Can they borrow money from family? Could they take money from a retirement? Again, worst comes to worst, as a backup as a backup plan if they can't sell their house in time. So this stuff is really critical, and the buyers are in the know when speaking to me. Just make sure if they're not speaking to me, they also are in the know. So I figured I put that together. It's good to kind of keep in your pocketbooks or your briefcases, and it might be worth for you to give out. And we'll try to get you a good slick flyer so you have it out to all your buyers, because this is really critical right now. Kind of tailing off of what Missy said, but just with inventory challenges and stuff too as well. You got to make sure you're spending every second of the day wisely. We want to build rapport with people. We want to make sure they understand what's going on, but we also want to make sure they close and you guys get paid. So, that's kind of on that end. Market update, the economy. Oh, sorry.
No, sorry.
My fault.
Go
Talking
back.
too much.
I
Market
thought we
update, the
went through
economy
that.
produced 49,000 jobs last month, and the previous 2 months of the data were revised downward. That makes a robust stimulus plan more likely. You guys are hearing about the trillions of dollars and amount of money that's going to be kicked into the market, so we'll see what happens there. That's good for the economy, but not good for the interest rates. The rates are not expected to rise significantly this year. They may edge up. This means that the sale of money and thus the real estate may not last for long and should give your prospects a sense of urgency. This will be a quiet one for data with reading into the consumer inflation. This will leave the markets focusing upon the progress of the stimulus proposal. So, keep in mind, if we didn't have COVID right now and we didn't have, all this money around stimulus, the market might be a bit different, and rates wise too as well. I mean, I was on a different call yesterday and, I'm seeing a lot with home values continuing to rise, through 5 years. I'm seeing, excuse me, depending on kind of what news comes out this week, we could see rates actually go back the other direction. So there's a lot of this ebb and flow, and that's what makes, what we do very challenging, because we're trying to give a lot of data out to clients. We're trying to give information out to them too as well on state of the market, interest rates, should you be buying, should you be selling, we got to kind of be on our toes with this stuff. So we try to give you as much data as we can as it's moving, because it's live time. I mean, it's not like, hey, the market is definitely going to go do this over the next 6 months or a year, and then we move in that direction. It's just constantly changing and stuff like that. So it's important. We're increasing staff, hiring people left and right. The market's been very, very good to us throughout last year. And, things are a little slower in some markets right now. Listings are obviously an important thing right now, so people have nowhere to go. But we're kind of, turn times have been fantastic. So things are great on that end. And this has been a consistent thread since they've been, promoting this. We're almost at 100% with people looking to refer our friends and family. So, whatever I could do to help your buyers, as you always know, it's really, really critical. So they're in the know, knowing what they qualify for, most importantly. And this is our goals as a company: 30% market share, just 3 out of 10. We could do that, obviously. An early referral is key, getting me involved early on, not just a number on the back end before they're ready to, make a decision. We're trying to make relationships here and build rapport. One of the things I was talking about in that list was having like two pre-approvals. I've always stressed to all of you guys, I never like doing a pre-approval and giving a number and letting you guys run around with a buyer because they afford $400,000 homes and they're only looking at 350s. I'd rather update the pre-approvals lifetime. It's nice to have a higher number so you could actually, dangle it in the seller's face that the borrower does qualify for more. That's an easy click. It's no big deal, not a problem at all. The biggest thing is keeping me engaged when you're out with people looking at homes, whether it's a text over the weekend, a text on a Friday. Hey, I'm taking out the Johnsons this weekend. Can you reach out and just see where their head's at? The houses that they're looking at are a little bit more. Keep me in the loop. I can't help anybody or help our buyers or understand what they're doing when a deal just comes together on a contract and I didn't even know that, they were making an offer on anything. So I like being engaged. Don't worry about the weekends. Don't worry about nights. You guys can't use that excuses. Tell your buyers to call me. I want to be in the know what's going on, because we can't be affording to have someone pay $20,000 and $30,000 above ask on an appraisal waiver and them not understanding exactly what's going on. So it's really key right now. We don't want to have any of our clients in a challenging position that they could walk into, a month down the road.
100%. You have to be on top of it. Be a consultant. Make sure you're doing it ahead of time.
Trivia question. How many who purchased a home last year made at least one offer on a home they did not see in person? %63%, 74%, 52%, 44%.
D.
I would say C, 52%.
A 63.
I say 52%.
I think we have one winner. Mhm.
Oh, what is it?
I think it's Virginia Carpenter.
Answer C.
I did, that's why. I
Um,
tried to sell one that way, it didn't work.
See?
Oh, C, I'm
52%,
sorry.
yes, C.
I thought Virginia said A. I thought it was A. I was wrong.
Who said C?
I did.
I did.
I did.
Everybody did, right?
If you're smart, you'll say that now.
Right. But remember, if you guys are doing open houses, get me in early on, help you out with flyers, whatever we could do from that end. We're trying to work on some more data and more flyers to kind of help your clients make more decisions. If people are on the fence and, they're talking mortgage language, whether they're working with me or not, bring me into a conversation. Anthony, can you help me with this? I mean, I'd be happy to help you on something that I'm even not involved in, just to make sure you understand exactly what's going on too as well. So, kind of use me as a resource. These are a couple slides here, and you'll get these also out today when Missy sends them, but just kind of showing you, just a 1% interest rate difference. Yeah, the payments is big, right? It's a big jump for a client to take on, but then look at the lifetime of the loan. I mean, it's a $55,000 bump if rates were to move at 1% on a similar home. I'm going to try to get some data on, the previous years kind of leading up, like 18, 19, and 20 on like a 350 house or a number that we'll come up with, and just where the rates were and where they've kind of come to. So affordability and what that looks like. But, people kind of need to know this stuff, because at the end of the day, if rates do tick in the wrong direction and that same house is out there at the same price, how much are they paying? Not so much monthly, but also, lifetime of the loan. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Huge, huge. So here's another one, rent versus buy, a home valued at 200,000. Rent is 1,300 versus a mortgage of 957. Okay, so these are great slides, or these are great resources to have in your arsenal if you should meet with someone who's, at an open house or in your travels, that you can share with them the difference. I mean, this is really, really great information. And then if they have any other questions, always then just refer them to Anthony to answer anything above and beyond what you're sharing with them.
And I know a lot of these slides are in KV Core, because I think I had sent Steph probably like around 8 or 10 of them. So I think there's a lot. And if you ever need more stuff, please let me know. I'm always trying to develop, make stuff, ask them to make stuff. We subscribe to different companies that help us with slides and flyers and stuff. And Stephanie's also great, because she helps us put a lot of these things together. Because if I had to sit here and make marketing stuff, I'd be here till tomorrow doing it.
Yep, we both.
This slide here is really important. So I was on a call yesterday, and it wasn't a financial call. It was something completely different. And I apologize that it's a screenshot, but I took a picture of it with my phone because they were flying quickly. Missy yelled at me. But this is some pretty interesting data, right? Just talking about current, economy and housing and everything. But 87%, a lot of you have been talking about, oh my God, Anthony, rates are low, people are buying, they're overpaying. Are we going to have a major issue again come, if this thing cleanses itself out where, we're having all these foreclosures and stuff. But check out the statistic. 87% of all Americans that own home right now have at least 20% equity in their home or more. I mean, it's pretty crazy statistic. 37% of the homes are owned free and clear. So the challenge you run into is those 37% of homes of people, if they have nowhere really to go, it's not costing them much to live there besides taxes and stuff. So the big challenge is trying to, figure out how do we get them out and get new buyers in and kind of do what we're doing. But, almost 90% of Americans have more than 20% equity in their homes right now, which I thought was a pretty crazy statistic when it comes from that. And in 2009, it's 26% above the 100% LTV mark. So just think about that within, 11 years, 12 years on how those numbers have drastically changed.
Yeah, it's great. It's great information. Again, just for our knowledge to know where the sellers are, right? Or where the majority of them are. So I thought that was great. So thank you for sharing that, Anthony. Yep. Next time, do a screenshot like I showed you. Right. So our local market absorption rate for this week, again, just crazy. So out of 4, when I'm showing you the active homes on the market, I'm not taking out the ones that are in attorney review, right? So you have to think about that. So, in Morris Plains specifically, there was one of those was under attorney review. So it's really 3 active, or 2 if we count John LaBarge, but we're not going to talk about that on this call today.
Oh, please. No.
No, no. Parsippany, look, 47 active and 47 under contract in 30 days. I mean, look at that. That's just incredible. Hanover, 12 active, 10 under contract. East Hanover, 10 active, 15 went under contract in the past 30 days. You know, these numbers are just really, I mean, these absorption rates are under 1 month, under 1 month. I mean, 0.4, 0.6. Everything's under 2 months. Houghton Township, Morris Township, Randolph, Mountainville, again, almost even, 29 active and 25 went under contract in the past 30 days. Rockaway, 45 45 active. Do you ever see 45 active in Rockaway or Randolph or Parsippany? I mean, again, these numbers blow me away every week, and it's just incredible. So new listings on the market. Angie has 48 Clifford Street in East Orange for $295. I believe 25 Longview Ave is already gone. That Jackie put on, because that's how quickly they go. John LaBar has 15 Hawthorne Ave in Morris Plains.
It's
I believe
gone.
it's already gone, right? Especially in
Yeah.
Morris Plains. I mean, unbelievable. Catherine, 17 Dartmouth Road in Mountain Lakes. In attorney review, I see the little bubble. I think we should
Actually,
have
it's
that little
gone.
bubble. I think we should have that little bubble just on every house, right? New listing. Like, these are all listings that came on within the week, guys, within the week.
Yeah, it was on the market for 3 hours.
3 hours. 3 hours and gone. I mean, that's our market now. And then Dennis has an exclusive 8 Darlene Court in Randolph for $585. Dennis, when is that actually going to be or allowing showings?
I'm getting the photographs done today. And we're shooting for March 1st, but I'm gonna have it on it. It's exclusive, so I'm gonna have it ready probably by the end of the week. And I have some people in the office who want to take a look at it.
There
so.
you go, guys. You have something for your buyers that no one else has. Make sure you're taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
So anything coming soon on the horizon in search of price reductions, any rental listings?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
How are people feeling about the snowstorms coming and doing the listings and open houses? I have a client that's, it's an exclusive and we're trying to get it on the market, but they are flipping out about this weather thing. I just told them, let's just do it this Saturday and Sunday, and let's do it. And they're giving me a lot of pushback. Is anybody else feeling it?
So is it supposed to snow again this weekend?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, John, how was your open house, by the way?
I canceled it, Catherine. My main concern really is the insurance liability issue for the client. If somebody comes and slips and falls on the snow and you can't keep it clear quick enough, when lately the kind of snow we've been having, that makes me nervous, and that's what really the reason why I canceled it on Sunday. But I mean, the day before we had 22 through the house on separate appointments.
So what about doing a Saturday open house if the upcoming snow is Sunday? Taking advantage of at least one day of the weekend.
Well, that's my plan to do that, but I just like, that's my plan. We're gonna have a big meeting in about 1 minute, so.
Yeah. Stick with the latest weather is, and whichever day looks better, do it then.
Yes, exactly. That's what I would propose.
Hey, Missy, just quick, just a reminder on that tax seminar today, you're supposed to be sending out the link for the 6:30.
I did. So my email that went out late this morning, which I thought went out at 6 a.m. this morning, does have the link, and it talks about Jennifer Jacobus being on tonight at 6:30 with Zoom. Have your cup of coffee, have your cup of tea, have your glass of wine, whatever drink you prefer, and join us, because that is really something that a lot of clients have questions about. And I know a lot of people, even in this market with the prices going as they are, there's still people who are buying homes that are assessed for $200,000 higher than what they're buying it for today, just because. And they have a great opportunity to reduce their taxes, and she can help them. Anyone who's used her, I know most people in this office are always referring Jennifer, because she does such a great job. So make sure that you take part of the conversation tonight and, so you have a better understanding of what, and I did it at night because I get a lot of agents at night. And so I thought you guys it would be easier to join after dinner, sitting down, relaxing, and just listening to, what she has to say and educating us again on the appeal process, the tax appeal process.
Did
But
you
thank
send
you.
out the attachments with that too, Missy? The
I did
things
not.
she sent? Okay,
No, I thought that was gonna be part of tonight and what I was doing.
okay.
I'll share them once we have the recording and everything from tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yep. So, don't forget tonight at 6:30, Jennifer Jacobus will be on and it'll be a great session. The more you learn, the more you know, the better it is. The more information you can provide when people ask you questions, it just makes you more confident in the market altogether. So, and I think that's it. I'm trying to think if there was something else I wanted to share with you guys. We'll put together the pitch sheet tutorial for you. Any other questions that you have? Okay, it's Valentine's Day on Sunday, and actually Monday, our office is closed for President's Day. Not that you guys can't come in, but Silvana, Stephanie, and myself will not be here. So have a great afternoon. Let me know if there's anything you need. We're here for you. And have a great end of the week.
Okay, thanks, Missy.
Thanks.
Hi, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Happy Valentine's, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.